MV3 Traders Futures Trade Radio is brought to you by The Ultimate Trader's Guide, your one-stop shop for the most valuable income-producing information on the internet. Go to ultimatetradersguide.net to learn more. Link in the description below. Alright, what's going on, everyone? How we doing? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Turn this down a little bit. Alright, let's get into this. This is a FOMC week, Fed week, but it's only I think it's the meeting minutes on Wednesday. But we started this session off with a wide neutral zone spread. Bring up my notes. Alright, so it's our pre-market volume check. Pretty heavy volume across the board this morning. And I'm also, like, overnight, I'm looking at a balance between basically 138 and 165. This is one of the balance zones that I highlighted. Appreciate that, Owen. The music probably is about to change. Start using different playlists. Got some spam in the Discord. Give me 1 second. Gotta get rid of that. Starting to see a pattern there. We'll get blocked if you come in Discord with some nonsense. before the bell. Slightly broke Friday, so yeah, so that was a quick look below. And the Asian hour. I think that's good enough to get us started. We got about 4 minutes before the bell. Gives me some air for bottom times. Strong drop off of volume above 170. Small value right there. That leads into a session high around 220. Value area right above that get the screenshot before we open. Stop over analyzing. MSRP at 120. Stop right there where we had that volume gap below 44. A lot of buy fulfillment of 64 before we're getting this supply response. See if we can push through. Slight lift of the supply. There's a relatively heavy supply response. Looks like we're kind of maybe setting up shop right here. Got my A1 close enough above 56. Bringing inventory back down. So far, we just haven't really set up shop anywhere. Lens. Like they're just, wholesalers just doing business with whoever is ready to, or transacting with whoever's ready to do business. This is the narrative that I'm going with. So far, we are holding that supply zone. Just a quick inventory responses, nothing consistent from a long-term perspective. Last time we saw some quick inventories in this 52 area. We're gonna go find some more cheap inventory. Still just transacting with who's ever ready to do business. Inventory dip possibly could have set up our inventory zone in the 50s to 40s. So that's a quick glance. Now we're gonna bring supply all the way up to that PR-1 area at 72. Wholesale hasn't really settled on a range so far for RTH. Some quick budgeting, and then we're going to move and see who else is interested in doing business. Just watching and observing at this point. I'm not anywhere close to a trigger. If I look at it from like a bigger picture, could be read as that we could use some retracement, maybe at least back to the 120 area, or the top of this value area around 100, but that's subjective. It doesn't necessarily have to happen. We can actually keep price in this area, or anything can happen. Anything is possible. So that's some speculation that I don't like to get too caught up into. Just points of awareness. It's the only thing that I'm looking at for that. When I'm just waiting for my trigger to come, I'm not gonna make any trading decisions based off of that, even though that seems to be what's taking place right now. Making our way back to VWAP at 100. Get into the habit of letting the market dictate my movement. Maintain consistency in the things that I can control. Let the market do whatever it's going to do. Just need to be ready to stay consistent. I have MSRP marked off. We are around the same area as the VWAP. We're finding some supply there. Decent buy fulfillment, lifting our supply. Let's make our way back to the automation points that I just mentioned. And I'm just looking at that as automation. It's turning into a bit of a battle zone. Seeing heavy buy fulfillment and sell fulfillment inside this 108 to now we just dropped the inventory down to 86. With some heavy sell fulfillment. Still just being patient, letting wholesale do what they do up here or in this area. While I'm being patient, I don't want to be passive, so I'm just patiently waiting for an actual trigger, regardless of how I feel about the trigger when it comes. I want to execute on it and be consistent. I already have my risk management in place, so I don't have to worry about that. that was buy covering. Most of the automation points. Wholesale just grabbing all the orders so they can grab. Not really giving us an actual trend so far for RTH. Early preparation for the FOMC stuff. Sure, some of what we've seen so far for today's session overall is related to this week's events. Other than that, it's not a whole lot on the board. Like I didn't see anything significant on the calendar for today or Friday. Kind of set up a little budget in zone here. I'm just gonna say between about 92 to 76. Really want to say between 100 as we lift the supply. Giving me some like little warm-up triggers to take. Back to VWAP at 100. See if we lift the supply above 100, and yes we do. about 8 to 9 minutes before D period. And this just kind of called those, I took like 2 little tiny scalps. I call them warm-up trades. They kind of caused some audibles there. They ended up pretty much more or less working out in my favor to call those audibles. That's just based off of after watching the charts for a while and just being here showing up every single day for years. I've gotten pretty familiar with how NQ likes to trade, even though I still try to not speculate and I get too caught up in speculating and making decisions outside of my typical strategy. We'll leave it open for myself to, kind of trade based off of what the market was giving. And I just took those triggers as warm-up trades to take, just to make sure I stay consistent pulling the trigger. Even though I didn't really have a lot of conviction that I would get the type of follow through that I want to see to take a bigger position or a bigger trade. So it's not necessarily that I changed my strategy or I did something outside of the strategy. I just got different variations to how I execute on this strategy. And it just comes from trial and error and experience mostly. Sometimes I'll let, even if I have those feelings or convictions that maybe a trade is not going to work out, I'll let it. I'll go with my primary way of trading it, even though I don't feel like it's going to work out, just to make sure I'm not allowing myself to get caught up in fear and making fear-based decisions. Absolutely can't be scared. Fears. Kind of reminds me of a conversation that I walked into when I went to work the other day. People making decisions are, it's a completely fear-based conversation. Like, based off decisions made off of fear instead of logic and just understanding the environment. I won't get into details about it because it's a waste of energy for me just to talk about that situation. But anytime I've had a lot of personal experience with fear, and then also me just being interested in human psychology, I pay attention to a lot of it. And rarely do I see humans make good decisions based off of fear. I don't believe in absolute ideas, so I keep the window open for it. Could be times when fear may be, work in your benefit, but rarely, very rarely do I see humans in the modern age make good decisions based off of fear. They usually lead to not only harming others, but harming the one who's making the decisions based off of fear. Yep, you have to trade because you aren't there. Speaking of those warm-ups, I'm not saying the frequency of the market changed too much. It's not as volatile, it doesn't seem. But we're still, it's not as, we don't have as strong of energy pushes from my supply and inventory zones that are quickly showing up and disappearing. It'll quickly take supply in one area. It won't really maintain or set up shop in that area. Then it'll go back and find some inventory in a new place. And pretty much been in frequency so far for MQ. I like that. It's not organic movement. Too many machines on both sides of the price. Yep, I agree with that. And while it does appear to be all over the place, it is still mechanical. I'm still seeing mechanical reactions, responses to my automation points as well as just structurally. I'm not really surprised by any of this that has taken place so far. But it is difficult to trade. I will, from my lens, I will admit that. Which is supposed to be, because why would it be easy? That easy frequency. It's interesting how as humans I won't get too deep down this thought, but how we claim that we want things to be easy and how we prefer things to be easy, but we tend to get bored easily or quickly when things are easy. Things that are challenging tends to keep our attention more longer, more consistently. As humans, we have a lot of interesting internal battles. But I'm gonna leave that topic right there. I'm not gonna go too deep down that rabbit hole. Seconds before B period. Just looking to see if we get any excitement at that B period transition. We get that B force movement. Slightly pick up the energy. I'm just gonna label this as no response. Just some heavy self-fulfillment off of that 116 area. After we just spent some time grabbing all the orders that we could. Between 110 and 118. Picking up some more inventory off of VWAP. And wouldn't, so from here, at some point throughout today's session, it wouldn't surprise me to see at least a baby trend, a small intraday trend. The way that, I mean, if I look at it from a 3-minute lens, even though it's been, you know, quote unquote choppy, there's a slight upward trend off that 1540 volume gap. So to see if we're going to continue this trend, I'll be looking at 130. See if we lift supply above 130. We're making our way there now. We are printing this in a way that should trigger some buy excitement up near that 130 area. We got volume that drops off right before that at my PR 50 on 123 and a quarter. We're gonna get a supply, another mechanical supply response off of that. Fulfillment that took us there to that mechanical area, we should. What makes sense to it, that created some liquidity, at least below 100. Book map is showing liquidity at 100. That 130 range. I was kind of vibing out to the music for a second there. See if maybe front ran that 100 area. Yeah, we did. Grab that 130 liquidity and let's bring it back inside the shop. Got a mechanical response here at 115-ish. Probably can't hear it on your end, but even my computer is vibing this morning, making sounds like this, playing out right to the beat. Sierra chart gave me an alert, like right in the drop of this beat. schedule today, I'm good with actually calling it a day from in terms of me participating today. Really like if I have a good A period, which today was okay. It was, I came and did what I was supposed to do. So it's just from a point of execution, doing what I'm, trading the way that I'm supposed to trade. I did have a good A period. It's not based off the P&L or anything like that, just off my performance. But I'm probably done taking trades today, just mostly because of other things I need to take care of today. Still seeing mechanical responses off of automation and structure. Now we're picking up inventory off that PR50 area. Grabbing some quick inventory. And even if I was willing to take a trade, I haven't had a signal or a trigger in a while. Could adjust to what the market is doing right now. There is a pattern to it. There's a consistency, a consistent frequency to it. No reason for me to really do that. That's some stuff that can kind of, that's a thought process that can kind of lead into some FOMO. To getting put on the wrong side of the emotional game of this environment. So no need to really get caught up in that. There will be another day. I got 5 minutes in my window. I've seen a few responses off of automation. Eventually that's going to stop happening. Structurally, that's a slight inventory lift. I would say bringing the base up to 126. Appreciate you, Jimmy. And on the note of the stream, we're going to go ahead and end it how we started it on this track right here. Yeah, I'm not going to take anything else. What was it? I ain't even worried about it. So as of right now, we're still maintaining this market phase. It's brought us from 1540. Coming back into that highlighted balance area that I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. So roughly between 140 and 170 is the height, or yeah, just roughly between 140 and 170 for this balance zone that I highlighted from the overnight structure. Then above that we got a volume. The volume drops off in that 170 area. So if we make it that high, it'll be interesting to see. I would, it'd be reasonable to expect a supply response up there. But again, anything can happen. That's if we make it that far. If we make it that far, which the print is showing us that we may as I speak. But anyway, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the day. I appreciate everybody for coming through, showing up, trading with me. Appreciate the comments. All I see is closing. Yeah, I've taken like 2 trades this morning. So yeah, I do trade live, and you should be able to see it, but it's only been like 2. Like much earlier in today's stream. And they were quick in and outs. So you gotta be like staring at the screen to catch them. But anyway, on that note, appreciate everybody. Hope you have a good rest of your day, good rest of your week. And until the next time, trade it easy.